if he can do a reverse sweep. So I'm interested. I'm jazzed for this game. I'm hoping we go to a game 3. But either way, it's GG's well played. The defense god. Hey, you guys know it. The ones that are in my games, you know. Some of you think I'm memeing, but I genuinely am a bit of a game changer. Sometimes for all the wrong reasons. Okay,
And
so
what is your public win percentage?
public
on the
win
public
percentage
lineup?
is, it used to be 65-70%, but I started playing with beginner players recently, so I tend to get involved with the teaching side of the game a little bit. So I lose, but I don't mind losing public games.
So
The ones-
65 while tryharding, a bit less when playing with sharing knowledge, right?
I'm more of like a Sherpa at the moment. I've gotten to the very, very pinnacle of the sport. I've won everything there is to potentially win, and I'm in my retirement teaching the grasshoppers, you know, the new players, what to do and how to be great like me. For any of you that thinks I'm being serious, by the way, I'm absolutely not. It's pure satire, but I am incredibly skilled at this game, so come at me, bro. We can see Clutch going for an early iron build. Meanwhile, Raslington has opted to place his power down directly on top of, and this is an interesting play on South.
Yeah, placing the power plant there is no-brainer. Like for Raslington, for Clutch I don't see the advantage, because he can build on patch, no belt delay, no issues. Not sure why he plays, maybe it's just, yeah, I have coal, I can hand feed it, but yeah, small investment from Raz.
Yeah.
And the main question I'm gonna ask is it gonna be the same game, or do we see a small difference from either player?
I am tempted to say Clutch's gate play seems to be working well for him. I wouldn't imagine a massive change up unless he sees something from Raslington. So let's say, for instance, Raslington has gone outside, he's looked up into the stars, into the universe, and with his eyes he's seen the Factorio gods telling him to go flamethrower fuel. So he's going to ditch all of his plans before, and he's now going to completely change the way. No, he's not. He's going for yellow armor. I'm going to stop talking.
And I think he's right. Like, we see the exact same strat again. Like Clutch building the 3-12 furnace lanes, Raz doing his double iron half lanes, and the map is better for Clutch's strat because you have the biggest lake.
Yeah, I was just about to touch on
less.
that.
You
My
have
main
again
concern, though,
stone
is-
patches.
My main concern though is this. One of the largest killer of games for the Vita Battles community is sideswipes. Now, the bugs can typically kind of filter down directly towards your silo, but if they get trapped against water bodies, they tend to like warp down the water body. So we could potentially see some sideswipes if larger waves start to appear. It doesn't happen all the time, but they do have some really funky pathing at times. But yeah, very similar playstyle.
That's a risk, definitely, yeah. You have to see. Maybe just plug with furnaces and hope you're in time.
Yeah.
Maybe defend. I don't know. We'll see what the players do. And again, the early copper, which is just buffering at the start, which is, well, yeah, I don't fully agree, but Clutch is fine. He's getting away with building stuff early game, which is not super optimized, but get into the late game. So.
Not a huge focus on coal just yet, though. It's interesting to see Raslington kind of already has a coal snake down, as well as, you know, power being fully kind of automated. I'm struggling to see any change up again. 3 times 12. Oh no, he's gone for more smelting early game.
Who?
We have an extra 12th line of iron from Raslington. Normally he goes for 3 of these.
No. Resident always builds up 2, then does a
then a
now
third,
the set
sorry.
comes in,
Yeah.
and then he expands to 3, then he builds some copper and builds the first furnaces. Now the spend, 5%.
Early on.
Which is great. I highly agree with this opening. Just get your labs down and get grenades. That's the only reason only change I want to see from them.
And we did see early on that that he had a little bit of time at the very beginning of the game where he was just building mags and sending, where you could potentially set that up whilst you're waiting for those mags to come in or for those turrets to be able to be thrown. Rag, the person on comms with me is a very handsome German man called Pitta, and he's co-hosting with me at the moment, all 3 games as well as one of the semi-final games. So, yeah, I have a co-host, and hopefully you guys can hear him. Hopefully it's not too quiet, so I can boost the volume and change all the levels and stuff.
It could be fine, right? We didn't change a lot
No.
or anything, so yeah. And yeah, Rez is doing double science, double lab. Yeah, same strat.
Got you.
2 iron lands. Oh, 2.5 actually. So maybe he scaled a bit more. Maybe it was the same last time.
And then we can just expect a huge block of assembly machines that just churn out turrets and yellow knives, right?
Yeah, he didn't feed gears because probably he had none to the science. Oh, he did? Wait. Okay, maybe I'm also tired.
Well, it's later for you guys, isn't it? I mean, you're from the future as it stands. It's 11 o'clock by you?
Yeah, true. We are the future. Yeah, no, not really.
Just feel free, by the way, if you've got work on tomorrow or you've got something to do, don't feel like you've got to hang on to the stream just because you've said that you want to cast. Like, I appreciate you being here, but at the same time, this could go really, really late into the night. So we could be ending at like 1 o'clock in the morning your time, or maybe even 2. So
yeah, that often happens when playing Factorio and ditching sleep. Or
I started at midday and then I woke up 3 days later. But the factory grew, and that was the most important part.
Oh, yeah, that's all that matters. Yeah, same again, like exact same strats, some gear cylinders for handcrafting, some hand-fed red signs, and 5 labs for clutch. Raz Lincoln building up his 3 iron lanes, hand-fed ammo production for standing, but he built a lot more copper. He built, how much is that? 7?
1,
Yeah,
2, 3.
7. That's quite a lot.
Okay.
Not sure if that indicates more science, or maybe some early turrets.
So
I don't
Anti's
know.
saying that it's better executed on Raslington's side this time. It's going to be
Yes,
harder for
definitely.
North this time, in terms of he's got his timings down a bit better.
Yeah, his execution was map dependent, right? This
Yes,
power plant
yeah.
is a no-brainer. Everything is a no-brainer. Building from the iron to the right, everything is super. Like there are no hard decision for wrestling, and therefore he's faster. Yeah, definitely. But the map it's worse for his strat. Still think. And clutch. If we count grenade, 1 grenade. Oh, 3 grenades down already for clutch. I missed the first 2, which. Not quite sure. Maybe the early pressure is actually an issue. Like if you are like a minute faster in biter battles, it can hurt a lot. Like
100%,
timing is
yeah.
so important in biter battles. You don't have the turrets down, you get an attack. Well,
Lose
30
everything.
seconds later you would have had a turret down then.
Yeah, I always say when we do the
difference.
captain's games, it's gaining an advantage is one thing, but you need to make use of that advantage. So it's great for you to, for instance, when we play the large games, to get ahead in a science or be like 20 minutes ahead in terms of research. But if you don't make use of that advantage, you allow your opposition to catch you up again, because you're not pressuring them or building out automated things that they will also catch you up on. And a lot of the time, mentally, people switch off, or they have an idea to research a certain path that actually doesn't pay off for them later on. So yeah, time is really important here. Really, really important.
He does wrestling and research logistics. He did the same last game and he didn't build a single underground or splitter.
So
And he's
what
doing it
is the
again.
point of this then? Interesting. It doesn't lead to anything either. It doesn't lead to anything on the tech tree, right?
Oh, well, he has the option to automate coal for his smelters.
Okay.
But he didn't do that last time. Maybe he wants to do it now. Not now, but maybe this game.
Got you.
Not
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
But he is definitely faster. Last time he was at like 13% at like 12 minutes in, so he's like 2.5 minutes faster this time.
Okay. And that's quite a large time saving for this early on in the game, for like a 9-minute game, to be a few minutes ahead already.
Yeah. And Clutch threw another grenade, or had to throw another grenade. So down to 6.
13% at 9 minutes in. Another 2 waves crashing in as well. This is frightening. Again,
Oh, another grenade! Oh, that's
it's a lot.
quite some use of grenade.
And when the biters hit 20 or 30% even, you might want to have kept hold of some of them, I guess. I don't know. The thing is, Clutch won game 1 by surviving and holding on for dear life, effectively. And so at points looked to break, but never really folded and never really lost. So could we potentially be looking at a very similar, like, I'm going to weather the storm, I'm going to like drive into the eye of the needle of the hurricane, and I'm going to survive, and then my strategy will kick into gear. I mean, Raslington has tried to employ this strategy before, albeit through a different, setup and slightly less optimized run, but potentially Clutch might be able to just survive, because his defense was quite good in terms of he was replenishing his stun furnaces and replenishing his gun turrets as well. So, and also hopefully build some nades.
Yeah, but North is again he's doing less laps. Last time he had like 10 earlier, and now he has only 5.
Yeah.
And he's doing ammo damage first, which is a really long research. It's 30 seconds, 100 cycles. That's a lot of time. That's 10 minutes of research time. Yeah. And if he only afterwards goes for grenades, he will have grenades at like 22 minutes.
Which is kind of
I'm not sure he has enough grenades to bridge that gap, because now he's already 5 down, 5 more to go. So let's see, maybe he gets enough turrets out, gets enough ammo, but maybe he can go greedy again and get the damage first and survive later, but it's definitely a chance to lose.
It's an investment though, I think. If I'm Clutch and if I get that, and again, I do completely agree with you, like 10 minutes to wait on the research this early in the game is drastic, to be honest. But these gun turrets were with him the whole way through the game. Not these particular gun turrets, but the gun line that he had stayed strong the whole way through the game, and he did have some good research on them. So maybe he's investing in them early so that they keep him alive longer, or that they stay alive by doing more damage with the same resources longer. I can see the idea, but again, at the same time, I would rather grenades.
Res is really faster.
Yeah.
This time he's like at 19%. There's like medium biters coming in, and there's like, the ammo distribution is not too good, because hand fed wise it's always hard to do that. But on the right side, there's like the right 5 turrets have like 6 ammo in them.
Yeah.
2 in the 7s. That's if they're like if 2 waves with medium biters attack there, you have to throw grenades again. That's yeah.
Oh hey Gramley. First time watching in a while, can you feed ammo now? In the 1v1 tournament format, the items that you send aren't science items, they're actually defensive items. So you have to build magazines, walls, red mag, gates, turret, defenders, or flamer ammo being the highest level. We're not sending science just in this version, but if you were to play the normal game, then yeah, ammo's like red side, definitely. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Res goes for 3 laps instead of 2, which sounds gimmicky, but it's still like 50% increase. And he does burner copper. So maybe he doesn't want to go for automated copper right now? Not sure.
It's difficult to say. I mean, he's spamming again, but do you think that maybe we'll see a slight deviation?
Yeah, it's not too bad. Like if he goes for more research, that should indicate that he also goes for grenades, because the damage research he did last time would have never gone through, and also doesn't go through with 3 laps. So if he does science now and the early start was faster, I think he has a good shot.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'd love it to go to a game 3. Absolutely would love it.
Yes, definitely.
Because then we're right on. The tournament has fulfilled its promise. You know, it's going to come down to 1 game.
And Clutch added 5 laps now, but has no science production, because it's hand fed. There's missing gears. Yeah, but luckily he didn't have an attack from the right side, but now fed more ammo there. So, yeah.
It's wild when you think about it. So far from the south, Raz has sent 1,860, you know, kind of level 1 yellow mags. That's a lot to build and make. I mean, he's obviously pushed the Evo up massively, but yeah, it's weird. We're only 14 minutes in and he's created a lot of items so far. So, a speedy boy, he is. Is anybody on his stream? Is his stream up? Is anybody
Yeah,
on?
his stream has like 50 viewers, a lot of people watching his POV. Yeah.
What are we seeing?
And he's adding another lap.
Oh, okay, 4.
Yeah, so
double.
Yeah, he's on a good way.
Got you. And without giving too much away, how's he doing on stream? Is he locked in? Is it?
He's totally locked in. No chat interaction, which I like for a player because you can get some input there, and yeah, he's therefore also not. I think he's fully muted, and at least he was before.
The thing is, if you win a game like this, it can start to push you in other areas. You know, you're talking about how you could potentially end up getting a world record. You know, you win a tournament like this, and all of a sudden you start looking at your runs a bit differently, or maybe you start taking things a bit more seriously, or you know, you view it from a different angle. So winning something like this could maybe spur him on to do other big things too.
Yeah, he's fully done with the world record. He just needs a clean run, which is such a speedrunner's thing to say. But if he gets a somewhat clean run, he's gonna get a world record. He's fine with that already. Just a question if he wants to improve even more before getting a world record and getting a full run. But he's fine with his 20% grind is super successful, super well thought out, not very much optimized. He's on a good path there.
But Cramley, the furthest science anybody has sent this tournament is Timinator got all the way to flamethrower ammo and managed to send a really solid amount, twisting a game in his favour. He was kind of getting hammered a little bit defensively and looked like his base was going to crumble, and eventually he managed to just finally hit flamer ammo and turned the game in his favour. The VODs, all of the VODs of this tournament, by the way, guys, and girls, and people of the internet, will be going up probably tomorrow. I'm going to spend, probably not the rest of tonight, but I'll wake up tomorrow, get all of the videos that I've been created today through different streams, and we'll post them up onto a YouTube channel for everyone to watch back who maybe doesn't have the time to watch all the way through tonight. And Simaltus, almost got to flamethrower ammo. I'm hearing that he just about missed the timing, so kind of got run over just before he managed to kind of use them. Again, we're seeing a lot of pressure come down onto the north. 23% for the bugs, 1,300 of them coming down in. They're just about managing to spit onto the towers themselves, the sentry guns, but at this point in the game, they're not that strong, and they do go down to a relatively decent volley of bullets. Later on, when they get to the 30-40%, we'll see a very different result.
And good news, Clutch could preserve his 5 nades and finished damage 1.
Yes.
So he's in a good spot now if he keeps researching for nades, which he currently isn't. He has labs idle, red signs in there, so yeah, the steel research takes a long time, but he now queues green signs and steel, so he should not be on his way there now. And rest is as well though, he's also getting steel and hopefully nades, like military and military 2, which unlocks nades.
Someone's just said, oh no, Raz is doing the same turret wall. The same line of... I like the chaotic nature of just left clicking and then just circling your mouse. You know, the chaos does actually lend itself to a little bit of beauty, because eventually, like, the bugs don't just run directly through a line. They have to kind of pick alleyways to kind of go down, and sometimes they're blind and they have to take out more than they probably want to. I'm very sad.
And Rest is increasing coal with burners as well. He increased copper with burners and is handcrafting green signs. So I think we're gonna see nades from him, and that's making me happy.
Yeah. Well, I thought Simultus, I mean, I'm not saying this because, you know, we're in the final or whatever, but I genuinely thought it would either be Simultus or Anti in the final. And only because of how strong that you guys have played in the past in other games, and obviously Anti won the last Fighter Battle tournament, so it was a shock. We were on stream, but we didn't see the game. And when somebody told me, I genuinely thought that something must have either happened, like a rush, like a spam rush, and you just get a little attack that turns into a much larger attack. Or Ness, who we did see get to a semi-final, just outplayed and just kind of maybe spotted a gap or a window of opportunity and took it. But yeah, it's a shame, but I don't know if you just saw, but Carl has just mentioned that there'll be another tournament happening in January. And again, it's free for anybody to enter, really. You know, there'll be some money on the line, I'm sure. And we just play for bragging rights. The first one of 2024. We need to find out who the grand champion is at the very beginning. And I'm sure that whoever wins this will try and re-enter again to kind of keep their crown. So yeah, some really big things going on. For anybody that doesn't know, we also host like a more casual game, like a team game on Saturday. So feel free to join the Bite Battles Discord and see the event posted up there too. I post one every single week, and we host a really fun game, very organised game.
Oh, sneak attack,
Oh,
sneak
mate,
attack.
I did say they do come in from the side sometime.
But they are only attacking power. But Clutch also survived a power cut last time, right? But yeah, that's the thing you said. Side attacks can happen, can kill stuff. But there's buildings in the way which thankfully tanked the biters before they went to the
lucky in
side.
that respect as well.
But Clutch used another grenade at the end, which I don't agree with, and he's down to 1 now.
Yeah. Grenade watch.
Researching steel, like it's only military 2 afterwards, but he hasn't set up green signs. In contrast to Raz, which who just puts his green signs in the left.
So Raz is comfortably ahead, you think, at this point? He's sending items.
Raz is flying. He will have the research. He has a lot of coal. He has a bit more pressure, I think, like timing-wise. And Clutch is on the defensive now, right?
Yeah.
He has to go down, has to fix the stuff. Now plugs the hole because. Yeah, it's let's see.
Oh yeah,
and
the
he's not
MMP
standing at the top. And there's a text, but we can't see stuff because he's not there.
Yeah, so you never know. That could be getting absolutely decimated as we speak. So yeah, I do remember there's an MMP run with Kobe and all those guys. So I'm in. Like I said earlier, I'm going to probably try and speedrun in 2024. I can't imagine it'll be particularly quickly, or I'd be particularly quick. But why not? Why not try something new? You know.
Oh, the ammo belt ran dry because it is hand-fed still. But Dutch again has a Clutch refueling timing. Joining you on the pun game there.
I can't wait for the gate puns because I've got about 5 of them now. I've increased my repertoire.
I think they are still gated behind research.
Oh no! Well played. Well played. So yeah, I saw power just bouncing there. I'm guessing that's because coal is. No.
Coal was cut and rebuilt, and the rebuild took too long, as every good spider battle power rebuild. But there are some spots where defense is quite thin. So
yeah,
there's still on the left side. There's still ammo lacking in the turrets. Yeah, but Rez is busy setting up more smelting, which I like. But yeah, you have no pressure at that point.
And instead of having these smelters next to each other, as we normally see from, like, you know, if you to build them all, he's just centralizing all of his plate grabbing into one very condensed area. So before he had them kind of literally in a row, effectively. I like this. You can just sweep your mouse across and gain 2 large lines of plates in one kind of massive sweep. Triple attack up top? Double attack up top. But dealt with relatively well. I mean, those turrets are chunking out a really solid amount of damage. We will see that change when the biters evolve at 30%, which I'm sure that Razington is aiming for very soon as well. In fact, if we look at the mutagen log here, there have been no sends at all from the north. But Clutch.
Clutch is preparing the green signs needed for grenades and also gates.
Yeah.
So maybe he's fine again, can hold and then kill him with the cheaper and faster gate.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Transition time.
And Rez is going for projectile speed 1 again, which I like, because he has, first of all, mates, and he's 4 laps, which is reasonable to finish this time. So, yeah, he's on a good way.
The first few green jugs have gone into Clutch's labs, although the labs haven't turned on yet. So I'm hoping
he hasn't selected research. Like, you can queue 7 researches, they haven't done... they have done 8, so yeah, technically you should do that. Yeah, and Rez is not buffering up on grenades. He's not producing any. He's buffering a lot of coal, but has no assemblers down. Yeah. I hope he will do it before. He just threw his first grenade. So we are at like 1 against 9, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. It's almost 25 minutes in. We're seeing Clutch transition to steel up north. I've been reliably informed that a nade was used down south. So are we down to 9? The point I was getting at with Clutch is that when he hit steel last time, it was a really solid indicator. Sorry, somebody just sent me a message. I had to agree on because it had sexual connotations. Yeah, his transition across to steel indicated a move towards gate production. Right? We're not there yet. We still have a little bit of time in hand until we get there. But there was a small bit of kind of a buffer time between him building up resources, building up the walls, building up the steel, building up everything we need for it to happen. Do we think that he's going to hit the same timing as he did yesterday? So we've talked about Raz being quicker this game, and I do agree with you. He does seem very much quicker than he was before.
Yeah, and he has grenades, assemblers. Like he did more, but still is faster.
Yeah.
And as we see on top, like,
ammo belts being
there's
overrun. This is quite big.
not enough ammo production. Clutch has no grenade. This could actually spiral out of control now.
Definitely.
He starts research gate. He technically could do nades, but he isn't handcrafting maybe.
You'd hope maybe even just 1 or 2.
Yeah, 1 or 2 is a lot.
But again, I feel like Clutch has invested heavily into his turrets being stronger than normal. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that those turrets do kind of, they're worth their weight in gold effectively. And they are
a very well researched turret without ammo still does how much damage?
It just looks scary.
And the assemblers run full time. He's investing all his iron into it and just hopes that he gets enough ammo pumped out. But there are more and more attacks coming.
And they are ripping through the defences as well. You can see some really large gashes off to the west. And also
and
to the
ripping
east as
through
well.
ammo. Like the left is still starved on ammo.
And power is bouncing. Are we looking at Clutch really under pressure here? I mean, he's been under pressure every game he's played, to be honest. But
but he has 300 iron. The iron in the assemblers, in the ammo assemblers, is almost 0. And is there a belt cut? Oh yeah, there's a belt cut. Okay, but it's only 1 turret, which isn't supplied anyhow. But the ammo belt is not backed up. There's no iron in the assemblers. They are not producing. He's building nades, which is good, but yeah, you also need ammo.
It's not looking good for Clutch, I'm going to be honest. I'm slightly nervous for him. The waves are getting a little too close for comfort. And he's still trying to push on as well. So if he wins this game, it's through bloody mindedness, I'd say. But the gate research is coming in. It's taken a while, but he's getting there. And I don't think it'll open the gate to the path to victory, but it could potentially be a little bit of a let-up, pushing Razlington a bit.
Yeah, he produces not enough iron. He produces like 48 furnaces worth of iron, and is also turning 12 to steel now. And he needs more than 36 iron furnaces for ammo and grenades. But maybe he's iron starving into death, as Antti said.
Yeah, economic death.
Could be the case. That could be the case. Like, not sure if Razlington sees it now, because he also get more attacks.
Oh, little thunder runs in, but hopefully the turrets, when they're only 5%, should be.
Okay, they go to the turrets, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, there's a sand, there's another attack, and there's less and less ammo.
We're also looking at power bouncing around, pogoing at the moment. For Clutch. So you'd hope that he's got some ambition to add a couple more boilers and a couple more steam engines. I couldn't imagine more than 3 boilers and then 6 engines.
Oh, the defense. And he feeds the turret production but not the ammo production. He has 20 grenades, but if he grenades on his turrets, that's not good. And he has no grenades on him. He has no grenades on him. Place some
rough up north.
Yeah.
South is having a whale of a time. This is like a picnic, a jolly, compared to the north, who now have just hit 35 as well. So 35%. We're at 29 minutes into the game. Over 3,000 yellow mags have been sent, and over 364 turrets from the south have been sent to the north as well. And we're looking at more pressure for it going down.
Res had 17 nades buffered. I like his spot currently.
Yeah. But it's looking good, you know. I feel like this is kind of a reflection of the last game, but we were at this position maybe in 4 or 5 minutes time.
Yes.
Clutch is certainly under pressure at the moment, but I get the feeling that he's just weathering the storm again, like we're just preparing for gates. But imagine what happens if you get to gates and you send a load of gates and your base still crumbles before the major attack goes down on south.
And he hasn't picked up his grenades. He produced 40, he has none. The ammo is drying low, he's trying to fix that, but he goes past again. And he's not getting nades again.
I guess that's
but he's extending power. That's
yes, very, very useful.
Should be enough, right?
My main concern really, also one of the key kind of draws of a game like this is yes.
Yeah, there's one pipe missing, but it's green is green. That's fine.
Yeah. You're constantly having to put out fires whilst more fires appear. So if any of you guys seen that meme where there's that dog sat at a table and everything's on fire and they go, "This is fine," that's Pitta Battles in a nutshell. You're never able to do what you want to do, and you're constantly under pressure from the bugs coming through.
Oh, and he's preparing the double wall, double gate setup again.
But very close to the bugs, though.
Very close to the bugs, and the bugs are penetrating, right?
Close. But again, probably close enough to throw grenades if he picks them up.
He did pick them up.
Oh, nice. Okay. So can we say that Clutch is clutching it out?
Yeah, grenade-wise, yes, but do you see ammo on the ammo belt?
No, not at all. Oh, if
so
he
has
to
to
DM
stay
me
close.
Clutch puns, feel free to send me them on Discord. Okay, I need them for the end of the game. Okay, I've run out. I've used all 5, and that's it. I'm done.
Yeah, but yeah, the question is, can he hold? Because attacks don't get much harder. Only at 50% with big biters. Can he hold? Because Red is not sure if he can push to 50% quite fast, and if Clutch again can catch back up with the cheaper and faster gates, can Lincoln defend? We don't know.
This could be the turning point. It has been the last game that we've seen with Clutch in. The gates really are like a gateway to turning the kind of the pressure valve off of yourself and onto somebody else.
Well, gates are working. Yep, gates are working. And yeah.
So do we say it is? Do you know what, we're saying that I don't get me wrong. We're focusing a lot on Clutch at the moment because Raslington is kind of having not an easy time of this, but at the moment he's allowing to operate without a lot of pressure. And so we tend to kind of focus on the guy that is kind of struggling and working hard, trying to kind of resurrect the game. I get the feeling that we're not going to be looking north much once these gates get sent. We're going to start having to look south. So I do apologise for anybody that wants us to be flipping backwards and forwards, but there's a lot of action happening up north, and to the south not so much.
But another breach and gates are out of steel this time. He didn't produce a lot, like 75. That's not gonna turn anything.
Do you think that he's waiting for a big save? You think he's waiting?
Oh, he had 700 steel on him, but he needs to find the time to put the steel down.
Yeah, and hopefully not go down here because he's covered in. There we go.
That's fine.
Come on, mate, get that steel.
No ammo on the ammo belt. He placed 10 turrets and realized, oh, okay.
Are there any ways coming in? Very lucky.
Steel.
Yeah, he just needs to chuck some. Literally, make some ammo, get those gates. That's it.
He will get like 300. He'll get like 400 gates.
See, look how fast these are being produced. These are tier 4 items, and they're coming out in. Well, I mean, they're being stacked up in the buildings themselves, but the hundreds are being produced within like what 15-20 seconds. It's kind of wild. Maybe we need to take a look at this as a mechanic later.
Per second he produces.
Yeah.
So in like 5 minutes, res will be at like 34, 35%.
What's the button to show production graphs again?
I think it doesn't work. It's P.
It doesn't work. I've never seen it come up in bites battles. Sorry, dudes.
It works when you're on the team, but not while spectating.
So 98 gates go across to the south, raising the south from their measly 6.6% up 11 points to 18.2, and jumps the amount of bugs from 561 to 1428. That is wild, although an enormous wave is coming in across, and Clutch is forced to grenade his own turrets.
And there's another wave, but luckily only spitters.
Yes.
That's easy to... They focus the furnaces and you can throw grenades, which is... Yeah, actually saved a lot of damage.
So my question and my focus now will flip down to south. We're seeing another 87 gates go across, and south's evolution has risen to 23%, so going down from 6 up to 23 very quickly. Is Raslington ready for this? Is he prepared? Is he able to defend? Does he have grenades? Or are we going to see a very similar ending to Game 1? Like Game 1, for instance.
He doesn't have a lot of turrets down, but he has grenades. Now he's on north, he's running south. He's placing Bale to run faster.
Okay,
I think
very nice.
this time he's fast. He's fine.
Yeah.
But the next attack is going to be huge, because this was only small biters. That was the old evolution, old send. The next attack is going to be crucial.
Yeah. And Antti just pointed out, one of the iron patches is part of the defensive wall, effectively. So these miners potentially could end up being part of the defensive effort, which will then stop production.
Now?
Oh dear. As I just say that. Again, these are all still very small, and there is one upgrade on the turrets as
small
well.
biters.
But we will see down the line some mediums popping in, and then maybe even some large ones down the line too if we manage to hit 50. Meanwhile, just checking in on up north, again, yeah, we're still kind of surviving but not particularly thriving. Gates are being made, ammo is kind of anemically being pushed onto the belt.
Yeah, and Dutch is out of steer. He has like 80 steer.
Yeah.
That's like 40 gates, and that's it after that.
There's a decent amount
yeah,
of
he didn't have enough iron to sustain ammo and grenade production. So he's running out of buffers defensive-wise, while still catching up on Evo, which is...
And these waves that are coming into Clutch are absolutely no joke. You know, these bugs are quick, and they are managing to get directly on top of your turrets and kind of carve holes through your defense as well. Now, yes, you can rebuild with the stone furnaces, but every time they keep coming in, they're a bit stronger, and they're making it a bit further, so... Yeah, I think that's the last wave that North have to deal with for a while, because I believe South have to... It's waves... I got this wrong the other day, but I believe it's now South that will begin to feel the pressure and feel the bug kind of menace approach them. We can see a couple of them dying here, but all being small.
Yeah, and one good point Antti says, like, if Evos are somewhat same, the amount of waves are the same. Like, when Raslington has like 2% Evo and Clutch has like 30, he gets like 4 or 5 waves, and Raslington gets like 2.
Yeah.
But now that Evo is somewhat the same as we see now, Raslington gets like 2 waves, maybe 1 more, 3. So it's also easier to defend for Clutch, because he has way less waves to catch.
And we're seeing a slight mixture of that spitter wave with a couple of medium-sized bugs in there too. At 31%, we're slowly but surely climbing up into that area where we could be seeing some bigs if we hit the 50% mark. And I believe that if Clutch has enough, material to build the gates that he needs, we could be looking at a really solid end game here. I say end game, we're only 30 minutes in the game, but...
Clutch is out of steel now. As I said, he has no steel anymore.
Got it.
So there's not a lot of production. There's some steel at the lower steel build, but he didn't get there yet. Because he has to defend.
That's quite nice, though. If he has the time to grab it, that could be a couple of hundred.
Yeah. That will be like 200, that's another 100 gates. But also green chips are... How many green chips does he have? Like 300, okay. That's fine.
And he's constantly
But
having
again,
to
he
yo-yo.
has to go north. He can't go south and get the steal.
Yeah,
Has
he's
to
tied
throw
there.
nade.
Literally tied to this one position and a few measly steel smelting. I mean, could you just risk it? Add
You
an
have to
extra
risk
layer
it.
of stone furnaces and just risk running down to this design?
I hope he does now.
I mean, if not now, then when, right?
Yeah, but yeah, there's an attack. Top right.
Yep, back up top.
But he's going to the steel, to the stone. Yeah, he raids steel, he gets like 600, 680.
That might be the last time he goes there. You know, that might be it. He's got as much as he needs to end the game. As long as he doesn't die to any of these bugs.
Depends on how Rez is doing on his defense, and it looks fine.
Yeah, he's bouncing them off of his defense relatively well. Some of the turrets have taken a little bit of damage, but he's now automated an ammo line as well. And he's trying to double up on the row of sentry guns that he had before.
Yeah, like 44%. It's a lot closer. Like, it's not Clutch has enough stuff buffered and he can pump out gates. He is resource limited for his gate build, which is, yeah, it's only, yeah, it's half the cost, but still he's resource limited because he needs so much resource on defended before.
Here we go, and Ness. Ness is pointing out a side swipe.
Yeah, if yeah,
this is enough, I think. You know, you're losing turrets now. They're starting to make relatively decent damage, imprints into your defense. Meanwhile, up north, we've got a big wave heading down directly through the very top of the defense, and they're getting repelled relatively well with the help of Clutch's grenades too. But a huge
Clutch
chunk of those
trios 5 grenades on the furnaces, and he kills basically the furnaces, right?
Yeah.
That's,
I mean, a sacrifice I'd be willing to make if I'm hoping that the game ends in the next 5 minutes. You know.
And with the like, yeah, that's not. Yeah, it's fine.
So looking into your predictive crystal ball, Pitta, what timing?
Oh, how was it last time?
I think you were close. I think you were genuinely quite close.
But I wasn't bang on again, right? I think it was later.
Well, you have time to redeem yourself now. We have hit the gate timing of Clutch, and we've seen him send some now. South is at 36% and North is at 44%. But what time do you think this game is won? And not as in terms of the silo exploding, but
it's way harder because like somebody has to do a mistake currently to lose. But I would say maybe no.
maybe.
Yeah,
right.
I had to check if Rez was at the attack or not. I would say 48.
48. Okay.
Let's say 50 minutes in.
Okay, right.
Stylo will explode.
Going a bit deeper into the game, but yeah, you can see these stone furnaces getting ripped up. Anti says 55. How about let's put your predictions.
Like, we have to bet on how good are Rez defensive skills when we have never seen them.
That is actually very true. We're only really seeing Raz defensive skills in the last game of the grand final, or the last 2 games of the grand final. It's certainly not one for Clutch, but he has the ability to pump up the evolution quite quickly as well. So,
yeah, like if either one gets big biters, they are dead in like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Because you can't really kill them with ammo. You have to grenade them, and then you grenade your whole infrastructure. But I'm actually currently not sure who gets 50% first.
If I was a betting man, I would say that Raslington now has to use a lot of these turrets to replace the ones that are dying, and can no longer really spam yellow mags because he needs them to go inside the turrets that he currently has. So what he was using before to kind of help himself like advance in terms of like the percentage for North, he kind of needs to commit a little bit now to his own defense. So
same for Clutch. For Clutch it's he has to use this time to defend.
Yeah.
And he constantly loses turrets with breaches because he grenades his furnaces so much, because he has no ammo, because he doesn't have enough iron. Gate production is very slow, it's somewhat stuck, to be honest.
Green chips. Zedian thinks the game's going to go to 70 minutes. I wish, but I don't think so.
No.
Do we see a game 3? That's the one. That's the big question here. I'm not going to speculate anytime soon. I'm not picking sides. But do we see a game 3? Or is this a 2-0 from Clutch?
I think we will see a game 3 because Raz currently defends nicely. He has a lot of furnaces. He plays it down, throws grenade at it, and it's out of ammo right now. And there's a side attack now. It's like any wave could break either player.
Here we go. So a wave closing in on the iron side. And again, we can see that a miner's gone down. We might lose another one or two. So that right-hand side, that eastern side of Raslington's defense, slightly wide open, as we see massive wave dropping down into the north front.
But only 2 waves. That's manageable.
It's not relentless as well. Like last game when Clutch began to send, Raslington got overwhelmed. Very early on, there were like multiple waves swarming in. So yeah, you never know. This could come down to defense management, I guess. Who can push
And
back
Raz got like just finished his research, so his magazines are like 20% more effective. So we'll save a bit. But yeah, it's gonna be a race to 50% if no player breaks before.
And the ammo belt is looking a little bit thin.
Yeah, on both sides though. That is. Like both need to manually defend, and then it's just timing-wise who can feed his stuff faster, who doesn't forget stuff.
Yeah.
And
I agree,
yeah.
Auntie, he does have a lot of resources at the back here. You know, you can pull a couple of Hunter-Dime plates out of this and feed your ammo production, so I guess now it's about time management as well, so managing what you do at the back of your base compared to the front and defense. 46.9% though for Raslington. He is pushing this closer and closer to 50. I wonder if...
Yeah, but the cheaper gates,
Yeah.
do they succeed?
I wonder if he just is sending what he can to make Raslington's life harder. Because a lot of what people do in Biter Battles typically is they hold a lot of items and then they throw all at once, so like a 200 or a 300 like gate send in order to kind of throw people off, rather than like a slow incremental send. But the incremental send seems to be working as well.
Yeah, you don't have enough time. You can't spend like 5 minutes not sending.
Did you hear that,
But I
Carl?
think I'm wrong with my production.
Hang on a second, Pitta, sorry. Can you say that one more time for Carl? You can't hold the item for 5 minutes. We
Like in this setup, in public Biter Battles,
Whoa,
everything.
hang on, I'm still salty about this. Last night in the captain's game, I'll post the video tomorrow. We built 23 rockets on South. I say we. South built 23 rockets, and they almost lost the game holding 23,000 white signs at the end of a 6-hour game. Their base was getting decimated and they refused to throw it. And I genuinely thought Carl was trying to style it out on the rest of the... Oh, sorry. They built 25 rockets, but they sent 23,000 in a row. So for all of you at the back, if you have it, throw it. When it's obviously strategically correct as well.
Well, in a game you want to win.
Exactly.
Public Biter Battles, not everybody wants to win. A lot of people want to have fun.
Yeah, some people just want to watch the world burn. I'm looking at you, Carl. But no, it was a good game. It was a very good game, actually, to be fair.
But we are creeping closer to the 50% mark,
Yeah,
and he is actually hitting the nail right on top. Like, Raz is facing the problem that he knows he has to hit 50%, but he also can't stuff his ammo belt. So yeah, it's a fine line now of how much can I send, how much can I keep.
Yeah, what do I stick on my side of the river and what can I throw across to the other side?
And it's only 2.67%. Like, 2 big biters can absolutely,
They can just swallow you up, can't they? Because they take so much more to kill. They take so much more
They need
energy.
like 13 grenades or something, I don't know. Not 2, not 3. Like, it's insane. But big attacks on south. As Raz, Raz is there. He's on time. That's most important. And the second wave is only spitters, so they kill like a turret, maybe 2. That's
I
it.
think North is hamstrung by starving production. Green ships seem to be one of the items that seem to be missing, as well as steel. It's not really in an abundance at the moment.
Clutch works on the buffer, and currently on all his previous games the buffer was enough to kill.
Yeah.
But now it isn't. And
So
now he's facing the issue of not producing enough. Fast enough.
On top of also Raslington being quite quick this game as well. So Razzington's kind of gotten into a winning position a lot faster, whereas kind of, yeah. Although the game ended around about the 48-49 minute time last game, didn't it? So we're at a point where last time it was GG easy, well not GG easy, sorry.
Got cut off for me. Am I still connected? Hello?
Can you hear me? Oh. Pitta seems to be having an existential crisis at the moment.
Yeah, I can hear you again.
Oh, sorry. I just heard random noises, I didn't know what's going on.
Oh, can I? Oh, I don't know what happened.
That's okay.
Or maybe there was another call. I'm just gonna solo cast. Yeah, I'm on stream. Okay, that's fine. So yeah, Rez is facing another 2 attacks, but he's down there.
Oh, big waves coming in.
Is he able to defend those? That would be neat.
Triple
And
line
he is
of sentry guns as well is substantial. Like that's a lot of DPS coming out.
yeah, but yeah, the grenade throwing is also. But he does a very good job.
Yeah.
Fighting them early, throwing grenades at furnaces, replacing 10 furnaces, and then hopefully feeding enough gun turrets to push him to 50% first. But a big send from Clutch, 111.
Yeah, for almost 45%. So we're actually very, very close in terms of hitting that 50% mark. Do you think that we get to 50% and then somebody just gets steamrolled? Or do you think we get to 50 and there's a fight to the end, there's a fight to the death?
It's quite a little bit of biter RNG, right? If you get like lucky spawns and you get like at 50.3% you get like 3 big biters, it's hard. But if you get like only like 2 waves with no big biters and then one and another one in the next wave, you can survive that. But if you get like 3 attack groups and 1 or 2 big biters in each group, well, you're screwed. That's unfortunately quite a lot of RNG in competitive biter battles because timings are super tight and then there's the spawn RNG in there, which honestly sucks. But only 0.7% for Rez, so he definitely gonna hit 50% first, and then yeah, let's see at the RNG.
Let's see who survived. Last man standing.
Ooh, and Clutch is getting the lower steel, but his green circuit production isn't working, and he just feeds copper, which is not the reason why it stopped producing. And his walls are not producing because of green circuits. But there's a second build at the gate production. Okay, we are fine. We are somewhat fine. half of it is running, but yeah,
so close.
Only 0.3%. Only 0.3% for Red, and he has a full ammo belt, so. But 2 attacks and he's going north, he's not going south. That is it fine? I don't know. Seems to be. He got the research through the damage 1, which is, of course, helping a lot. And he's almost done weapon shooting speed 1 as well, which is...
this could become quite not easy for Razzington, because obviously once you hit that large biter, I mean, it takes a substantial amount of damage to kill it off, but you never know. There could be 1 or 2 large biters that punch the hole, and then everything else just swarms in behind it.
Yeah, and
it's
50.1%.
close.
We are at the killing mark. We have big biters in play, if the RNG lets us.
Now, is Clutch now at a deficit? Because if you look at the ammo belt, it's not really strong and healthy. You know, if you have sustained fire coming down upon these bugs, it's not going to last very long.
Definitely. Like, Clutch has 1, and in the corners he has like 2 rows of turrets with 1 damage upgrade. Rez has like 3 rows, a lot more furnaces, and now also shooting speed 1. That's a big difference. And as I said, when do we see the message big biters attack north? That's gonna be
a big spitter. Okay, not a biter.
Oh,
that's quite lucky.
Yeah, that's super lucky. But you at least know that it's coming now. If you miss the 50% as a player, which also can happen.
And South are only 2% away from sending their own.
Yeah, and
So
this
we-
is the RNG, right? If you get like 5 times only spitters that are big, you're fine. That's not an issue. But if you get like 5 spiders, much more of an issue.
It seems to me like only one building is churning out. Got some love for Raz in the chat. I mean, it could go either way. I like this level of defense now. Now that there are 3 layers on Raslington's side, unless he gets sideswiped, which I don't think is going to happen at this point, I can't envisage him losing this if it comes down to a 50% race where both of them go over the top, and then they just have to survive. Or it would take a misplay, like grenading yourself by accident, or walking into acid pools. Here we go, big spitters are on the table, and they start to come in. There are still some small guys in there too, and Clutch goes out to meet them. Yeah, tries to DPS them early.
And that works.
Smart.
You're fine.
Very smart. Catch them early, kite them, and then just try and get rid of as many as you can, as you're nothing inside your base 6 damage at that point.
Yeah, and he got like 3 waves, like 3, like not waves, but yeah, I think it's 3 waves, like with several groups, and there were only like 2 spitters,
Yeah,
which is lucky.
quite lucky, yeah.
But that's it. Maybe it's the same for Res. Maybe he's super unlucky and gets like 3 big biters on the first wave, and yeah, we don't know. But we are at 50% for him as well, almost.
Yeah. And some of you guys that quoted going over an hour, it looks like we will be going over an hour for this game.
Yeah,
Can't
I
imagine
said
finishing
50
in
minutes,
5
and
minutes.
he said 55. Somebody said like 70 minutes. Let's see.
Yeah,
And there's the big biter spotted on Team Morph.
got
So
you right.
let's see how many, but it's at least 1. And on the right side, there's an alley for the big biters to raid up,
Waves
go
are
to
fast
the
as well, coming in onto Raslington's defense.
But he's there, and there's a lot of spitters, so he should be fine. Now like 2-3 grenades on the spitters, and you're good. Yes, awesome. Very nice defensive work.
Yeah. Both guys are really holding out here. I wonder where we go from here. You know, there's not a lot of ammo production as well. For
You go to big biters and die. I think it's super. There's no real way around.
Yeah. Although if you think, Clutch is caught up quite substantially when it comes to evolution. So if they're both surviving big biters, potentially Clutch could be the one that pushes things a lot deeper. So it could get
there's
them
a
to like
single
60
big
or
biter
get
now.
to 70. That is a lot.
Oh, on the left side there too,
Yeah.
and you see, furnaces die. Furnaces die quite quickly. Ammo
Turrets
gets
running out of
drained.
ammo as well, and that's one
Yes.
wave.
That's the issue. Now you have to throw grenades on your turrets, and the right side gets another attack.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's damage. That's
Ammo
a lot
belts
of
going
damage.
down. Things are starting to run out of ammo.
And you
This
have
is untenable.
single biters you can kill, but you need ammo for that.
Yeah.
And if the ammo is all out, you have to grenade, and then yeah.
But we go
Rebuilding that
into
is
a game
painful.
3.
I think so,
I
yeah.
am
Res-
very hyped for that.
Yeah, placing a lot of furnaces. Yeah, I think he panics. Like they are also spread out. He has to grenade several points.
It would take a mammoth defensive effort now for Clutch to survive long enough that Raslington gets hit by big biters.
And
You
Res
know,
only
to the
gets
point- and I
1.
can't see that defense going down. That's a really solid defensive line for Raslington.
Yeah, he has to be there and grenade.
Yeah.
That's still needed. But he should. I hope he scouts. He scouts a lot. I hope he scouts now. While you're
Oh,
pretty.
it's so savage at the moment for North.
Yeah. Clutch didn't rebuild. Now rebuilds furnaces, but furnaces don't work against big biters. You kill your furnaces
They're
while
coming in.
killing them.
They're coming in hot. And again, like, you know, what's the play here? Grab the gates, send what you have, and then hope.
Yeah,
Could you-
but he has no gates. Like it's 9. You just send.
A couple of big biters coming on south. Again, they're charging through, but it looks like they're getting heavily.
But he has a lot of.
against by
He has enough firepower.
Yeah. Although
Some
one
grenades
wave does
to the
cut an
small
entire
ones.
alleyway down into the.
Yeah, that's the grenades, right? If you throw 5 grenades, your furnaces are gone. Yeah,
Another
and
wave to the
there's.
north.
Oh,
One
that's
big
lucky.
spitter.
That's a lucky wave.
One big spitter.
Splitter is not an issue because they stand out of the furnaces and you can grenade them there, so that's fine. But if it's only one wave, maybe Clutch has enough time to rebuild.
Oh, Clutch is hanging on to it. Clutch is clutching onto this by the skin of his teeth, by the fingernails on his hands. It looks relatively even, but I feel like Razington is having a much better and more fighters to the right-hand side, to the northeast. Coming
Oh
down.
yeah, and there's the pathway to the turrets. Oh, they don't quite take it. Yeah, that's rough. Ammo will be out in a sec. Yeah. Ammo's out now. Oh, and the left side. Oh, not even
and
big
the
fighters.
gate production is gone now too.
Yeah. Yeah, and if buffers... Yeah, buffers are dead, but there wasn't a lot in there anyhow. Yeah, and I think that's it.
That's game.
That's it.
So whoever called 60 minutes, give or take a few in between, I believe that Clutch has managed to get to gates in this game, but Razington held out. I think there's got to be a mix-up in strategy here. Maybe Clutch can do something in the mid-game where he's sending a little bit, forcing Razington to defend a bit more. You know, leaving the bugs at 5% for 40 minutes doesn't seem like a good idea to me.
Yeah, but then you get in the issue of you hit your gate timing even lower, right?
True,
That's,
true.
And you are not as fast as Raslington, right? So to really hurt the other guy, you have to send more.
Yeah.
And yeah, not sure if Raz in his last game of the tourney, after he won every game before with gates, he's gonna switch up.
That's true, actually, yeah. I wonder if there's an adaptation here, or if it's just going to be like, look, mate, you're doing this, I'm doing that, let's go again and see who the big boss is.
Yeah.
But Razington is
that
not
could also
really...
be a way. And it was still close, right?
Yes.
It's not clear cut. Last 4 minutes, yeah. And to be fair, I would say he had some luck, spawn luck at the start. So yeah, maybe it was a bit.
Well, we're on to game 3 of a 3-game series. I can't wait. This has actually been really interesting. Hopefully there's a little bit of a gap in between so I can grab some ice cream or something for my throat, because I've been streaming now for 10 hours. Holy shit, I've never streamed for 10 hours before in my life. It's been fun, and we will continue this on until there is a conclusion at the end. But thanks for joining us, everybody. And yeah, we go to the very, very end of quite a deep tournament. It wasn't a 2-0 to either player. Both have won one, both have lost one.
Yep. We get to game 3, which is awesome.
That I'm really looking forward to that. And you never know.
Knight got his corpse, but fighters are taking the side. That's it.
I'm going to see an absolutely enormous explosion. At this point, I may as well stream for 24 hours. Absolutely not. GG, well played to everyone. And that's it.
I'll take a 5-minute break and
Yeah.
be back.